Hi guys, this is Humble Spirit. Thank you for joining me today. Please continue to come back, of course. But real quick, I just want to come and talk about Mac Miller. Um I'm sure by now everyone has heard the news of his untimely death, but I don't know. I always find something strange about these celebrity deaths. I don't know about you guys. Um and Mac Miller is another one I found odd. So to jump right in, the media is saying that he died of an apparent overdose. Um, Keyword apparent. They found his body in his home a little before 4 o'clock. Um, Now, my thing is, why even say it's an overdose if you don't know? And obviously, by them using the word apparent, they are letting us know that it more than likely was not an overdose. Um, but that's, of course, that's what they use, right? Um, but also they said that they found his body before 4 o'clock, which means this could have been an Illuminati hit. They usually use the number four in the details of a hit, so they'll say like, the person died at 4, or that's when their body was found, or something to that nature. But they always use four. Um, you know, um, then a celebrity that is still alive usually gets more publicity from that person's death. So if a person was an Illuminati hit, there's gonna be somebody that's gonna get some sort of clout from it. And I asked myself whenever I heard this whole thing, period, who is getting more publicity from Mac Miller's death? I mean, if you think about it, that would be Ariana Grande. Okay. Now, let's be real. She has done major sacrifices before. I mean, so this wouldn't be the first. If anybody remembers the Manchester thing that happened at her concert, and she sung at Aretha Franklin's funeral. It's kind of like death is following her now. Her ex is dead, and the thing about it is, even at her performance at Aretha Franklin's funeral, I mean, she was the topic of it all. It was Aretha Franklin's um, funeral, but nobody was really talking about it. Nobody really, I don't know, nobody really truly said anything about it. If they thought it was a good homegoing or whatever they call it, but nobody really said anything about it. Um, it's kind of like mainly they were worried about Ariana Grande and if the preacher was groping her or not and whatever. So I mean, now she's like a top elitist celebrity at this point. And I don't know. I'm just like, what has she done to get to this top level, or, get to this type of status? But I mean, when you think about it, like I said, I mean, she had the whole Manchester thing that happened, and I think at some point she sacrificed her grandpa, um, and just a whole crazy thing. But you know, um, going back to Mac Miller, there's a quote from Mac Miller, and he says, he didn't want to be a rapper that died of an overdose. He also used to say, don't do drugs and etc. And that was like him saying that, not the agenda that they're pushing. But he was about to go on tour in October and tweeted that he wished it started tomorrow, which tomorrow was the day that he died, ironically. So once again, I asked myself, why would a guy that says he doesn't want to die of an overdose and be excited about touring, then go on to have an overdose? Um, and it's crazy because these rappers always predict their deaths. Uh, I can't really think of anybody at this current moment, but yeah, they, you just listen to them. I mean, they all pretty much say something about them dying early, or how they might die, or that somebody's trying to kill them, something to that nature. So, and then he put out an album that, or a mixtape or something, and it was it was supposed to be good AM, and he said that it was supposed to be good morning. But as I always say, I don't even say good morning because you're mourning the day. Um, so either way, I mean, if he says good morning, that's still not really good. And then, but the way that he had it, it was like GO colon OD. So, kind of that sounds like go OD in the morning. I don't know, when I put that together. So, whenever they found his body, I think they found him a little before 12 maybe. Or that's when they're saying that he probably overdosed or whatever. So, I don't know, just a connection there. But yeah, like I said, I was like, why would this guy that's so excited about touring and etc., says he doesn't want to die of an overdose, then going to die of an overdose. Um, I mean, I'm not saying that people don't overdose because I know someone who did, but I mean, I'm just saying in this case, some things just don't make sense. And I mean, Mac Miller, from what I know, he was pretty conscious rapper in a sense, and had a pretty big fan base. So I mean, that's a setup for a perfect person to be sacrificed, to this music industry. They don't want you conscious unless they are paying you to be conscious and telling you what to say. So, there's that. So, at the end of the day, I'm sure he sold his soul, of course, and had many demons, but, it also seems as though he was trying to overcome them. And that's another thing that they don't like you to do. They don't like you to try to overcome your demons if you're within that industry. And he also was, within the bloodline of the Illuminati and things like that. Not sure what bloodline, but he was, he was born into it, which is why he started so young, if you guys know anything about Mac Miller. Um, but, he, especially growing up in it, and then, uh, becoming more conscious or trying to overcome any obstacles in your life or anything, that they're kind of setting you up with, then that's not, it's not going to fly. But, I mean, either way, they'll sacrifice whoever. It doesn't really even matter if they're doing what they're supposed to do, not doing what they're supposed to do. So, um, I feel like the media, though, is just trying to shove down our throats that he was a drug addict. So much so that we're mind controlled to think that. But I mean, I don't know, guys. I feel something strange about the situation. Mac Miller and Ariana Grande were together for about 2 years, and she dumped him for another guy that she is engaged to now. So, which is why I said that, she could have been the person that sacrificed him. So I always look at the situation for what it is. I mean, and it seems like she got out of the relationship because she knew what she was going to do with him. And, that's another thing. Sometimes the elite well, first of all, they always put people together, but sometimes they'll put people together for different agendas. So it could be to be a power couple. It could be to bring down or kill or set up the other person. So, I mean, with this situation, I believe that the elitists put Ariana Grande with Mac Miller to, in a sense, bring him down. Be a witness to anything he was doing, and on the flip side, go on to dump him and, get with somebody fairly quickly. I think she got with the guy like a month later, and now is engaged to him. So, I just feel like, he was set up basically. He was set up to get with her, and she was, like I said, a witness to what he was doing. And I think then it went on to be more psychological. So then she dumps him, and she moves on. And in the meantime, he's brokenhearted. He's going through already what he's going through, and now he has to go through this, which is only going to break a person down even more, is what I'm trying to say, basically. So, I mean, it seems as though they had a plan for him. So, long story short, I mean, she gets out of the relationship and she's with another guy now. And all of a sudden, this is when her ex dies. Well, I mean, nobody is going to think she has anything to do with it, right? Now that she's with another guy. And that's how they do it as well. Because, I mean, maybe if she would have still been with him or, whatever, then they would have said, oh, she was enabling him. The media then would have probably crucified her in a sense, if that's the word to use. But, I mean, honestly, that's the kind of sick strategic things that they do, They will strategically plan artist downfall. And I feel as though that's, more than likely what happened here. Because, I don't know, they put stuff in your face and they keep, once again, shoving down our throats that they were together for so long. And, his heartbreak over Ariana Grande and how their relationship went and just that whole situation. So, it's I don't know. It's kind of like they're trying to tell us, but not. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I guess we shall see, though. If she continues to be all over the news and etc. Because, like I said, I mean, normally, if somebody sacrifices somebody, they kind of start blowing up or get a higher status. And like I said, I mean, she's pretty top level though at this point because she's already done so much. So, at this point, she'll probably just stay in the news and stay all over the media and, all her albums will sell out and all that. So, I don't know. It's pretty crazy, guys. These celebrities, though, are dropping left and right like flies. And I'm sure it will continue, because when you sell your soul, you have to pay the piper. The devil will come to collect. And Mac Miller was 26, just shy of the 27 club, which is why I say even more that he was more than likely a sacrifice. Because, I mean, they didn't even wait till he was 27 to take him out. They went ahead and did it now. So, I'm sure things will become more clear or, whatever as time goes on or, and if it doesn't, then we have our theories, I guess, right? And we have what they're trying to show us and what they're trying to tell us. But I mean, I don't know, like I said, he could have been just an industry sacrifice, period. But I don't know, guys. I mean, Ariana Grande, like I said, she's getting engaged or she's getting married. She's engaged already. So sometimes they do that as well. Sometimes celebrities and things like that, they break up because they needed to sacrifice their marriage for their career. Or, in this case, she's getting married. So maybe she needed to sacrifice in order to get married, or to stay at the level that she's at. Because once you hit a high level, you have to do a lot of rituals. You have to do a lot of sacrifices and things like that. And I think it's still sacrifice season, for the elite. And that's why all the celebrities and things been dying kind of back to back lately. It's sacrifice season. So, I mean, these are the type of things that happen, guys, when you want to be in the music industry and the industry period, you want to be in the world, you want to have a spot in the world, this is what can happen. So, but I didn't want to spend too much time on this today, so I guess this is where I'll close this off. All praise to the Most High for allowing me to do this, but you guys please continue to tune in and keep your eyes open, of course. But remember, we're on pretty much all podcasting platforms, so make sure you tune in wherever you can. And keep visiting humblyspirited.com and patreon.com/